I walk out, I lose my mind, everybody's like, that's me! Yes, in about 2 minutes!
There was a time not too long ago when Cuba Gooding Jr. was on top of Hollywood. The 1990s were particularly kind to him. He graced the screen in a slew of critically acclaimed movies, such as A Few Good Men and As Good as It Gets. His crowning achievement came in 1997, when he won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for his performance in Jerry Maguire. However, the glory days didn't stick around for Gooding. As the early 2000s rolled in, he encountered a string of disappointments, and his career took a nosedive, landing him in a direct-to-DVD purgatory. Perhaps his tumultuous personal life played a role in this downfall. Here's the story behind why Cuba Gooding Jr. seemingly disappeared from Hollywood. Early life and career beginnings. Cuba Gooding Jr. entered the world on January 2, 1968, in the vibrant borough of the Bronx, New York. Raised in a household steeped in music, both of his parents were gifted singers, laying the foundation for his deep-rooted passion for the arts. Initially, Gooding embarked on his journey as a breakdancer, captivating audiences with his rhythm and flair, before making a seamless transition into the realm of acting in the late 1980s. During his formative years, Gooding honed his craft through a variety of television roles, strategically positioning himself to make a mark in the entertainment industry. His early appearances on beloved shows like Hill Street Blues, Amen, and MacGyver served as stepping stones, allowing him to showcase his undeniable talent and versatility to audiences worldwide. It was his memorable turn in Eddie Murphy's iconic film Coming to America that truly set tongues wagging, earning him widespread acclaim and catching the discerning eye of industry insiders. Reflecting on his calling as an entertainer, Gooding once shared, "I believe that every single person has his own thing that they're supposed to be doing, and I do believe that God put me on this earth to entertain and to certain extents enlighten in regards to lightening up the human experience and transcending the human experience and making people laugh and making people feel at some level. And so I will never stop trying to do that and do it even better." Breakthrough role and success. In the early 1990s, Cuba began carving a niche for himself in the entertainment industry, making appearances in various television shows. His talent and versatility as an actor quickly caught the attention of audiences and industry insiders alike. However, it was his breakthrough role in the 1991 film Boys and the Hood that propelled him to stardom. Portraying the lead character, he captivated audiences with his exceptional talent and commanding on-screen presence. However, it was his portrayal of Rod Tidwell in the 1996 film Jerry Maguire that truly solidified his success. With his iconic line, "Show me the money," Gooding Jr. delivered an unforgettable performance as the flamboyant and passionate football player, earning widespread acclaim and critical recognition. His stellar portrayal not only propelled him to A-list status in Hollywood, but also garnered him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. This Oscar win proved to be a defining moment in Gooding Jr.'s career, showcasing his immense talent and establishing him as a formidable presence in the industry. Building on the momentum from Jerry Maguire, he went on to star in a series of high-profile films, further solidifying his position in Hollywood. Some of his notable projects include As Good as It Gets, Men of Honor, and Pearl Harbor. As his star rose, Cuba found himself surrounded by accolades and support from industry heavyweights. Denzel Washington, Quincy Jones, and even Sidney Poitier reached out to congratulate him on his success. Financially empowered, he generously provided for his loved ones, ensuring their comfort with lavish gifts and a life of luxury. Although he had successfully professional career, his personal life was in shambles. Whispers of inner demons haunted him, and rumors circulated about Cuba's confrontations in bars and allegations of inappropriate behavior towards women. Misconduct allegations. It all started back in June of 2019, when reports emerged that Gooding was under investigation for allegedly groping a woman while intoxicated at a bar in New York City. Subsequently, Gooding turned himself in to the NYPD and was later arrested. He was released pending further trial proceedings. Later that same year, in October, the New York Times revealed that Gooding was indicted on another charge of sexual abuse. While specific details about these new allegations were not disclosed, they were deemed serious enough to delay the trial related to the June incident. The report also highlighted Gooding's denial of all accusations and the unsuccessful attempts by his legal team to have the original charges dismissed. However, some speculated that Gooding's troubles may have started earlier than 2019. Following his divorce from his high school sweetheart, Sarah Kapfer, in 2014, Gooding reportedly engaged in a lifestyle of frequent clubbing, partying, and heavy drinking. This behavior, coupled with some questionable actions detailed in the assault allegations, has raised concerns about his conduct. These initial accusations marked only the beginning of Gooding's legal woes, growing numbers. Shortly after the second woman came forward with allegations against Gooding, Page 6 reported that 3 additional women had stepped forward to accuse the actor of misconduct. These new claims dated back as far as 2008 and included instances where Gooding allegedly groped 2 of the women in similar ways on separate occasions. By the close of 2019, the number of women accusing Gooding of misconduct had risen to 22. Among them were 7 women who provided detailed accounts alleging instances of forced kissing, graphic depictions of sexual acts, and other inappropriate behaviors involving Gooding. The following year proved to be even more challenging for Gooding, as the number of accusers soared to a staggering 30 by August 2020. Additionally, Gooding faced formal charges, including 3 counts of forcible touching and 3 counts of sexual abuse. Despite the mounting accusations, Gooding maintains his innocence. His defense team has been working diligently to challenge the credibility of the accusers by scrutinizing their past statements and questioning the procedural integrity of the police investigation. Nevertheless, the legal battle continues as Gooding faces the repercussions of the allegations against him. Lawsuits. Apart from facing multiple criminal accusations, Cuba Gooding Jr. has also been targeted by civil lawsuits. One such lawsuit, reported by the New York Times in August 2020, was filed by a woman accusing the actor of raping her twice in 2013. Identified as Jane Doe, the woman alleged that she met Gooding at a Greenwich Village restaurant, after which he invited her to join him for drinks at a hotel in Soho. Subsequently, Gooding invited her to his hotel room, where he reportedly assaulted and raped her when she attempted to leave. This case is not the only civil lawsuit against Gooding. In an earlier lawsuit filed in 2019, bartender Natasha Ashworth accused Gooding of groping her. According to Page 6, Ashworth was working at a nightclub when Gooding made advances towards her. Despite her refusal, Gooding proceeded to grope her multiple times. The events detailed in this lawsuit occurred a year prior to its filing. In June 2021, Complex reported that Ashworth emerged victorious in her lawsuit, securing a default judgment against Gooding. This legal outcome implies that Gooding failed to respond to the lawsuit, leading to a judgment in favor of Ashworth by default. Critical flops. Even before the wave of sexual misconduct allegations surfaced, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s career began to falter. Following the monumental success of Jerry Maguire, Gooding experienced a career slump, a common phenomenon known to afflict many Oscar-winning actors and actresses. Despite his notable performances in acclaimed films like As Good as It Gets and the blockbuster Pearl Harbor, Gooding's post-Oscar journey was marked by a string of regrettable comedic ventures, earning him several Golden Raspberry Award nominations. Among his questionable career choices was the R-rated romantic comedy Boat Trip, known for its lackluster reception. He also appeared in Disney comedies like Snow Dogs and Home on the Range, both poorly reviewed and overshadowed by larger productions. Adding to his missteps was his involvement in the widely panned family sequel Daddy Day Camp and the Eddie Murphy vehicle Norbit, which failed to resonate with audiences and critics alike. Despite occasional appearances in films like Ridley Scott's crime drama American Gangster, Cuba Gooding Jr. seemed to be stuck in a rut, far removed from the critical acclaim he received for his role in Jerry Maguire. Reflecting on his career choices, Gooding openly admitted to making several regrettable decisions that led him astray. In an interview with Page Six, he candidly shared his perspective, revealing that he had passed up opportunities to star in acclaimed films such as Amistad, Ray, The Last King of Scotland, and Hotel Rwanda, all of which garnered multiple Academy Award nominations. Contrary to speculation, Gooding emphasized that his decisions were not solely driven by financial motives. He expressed a desire to uphold the prestige of the coveted Academy Award, stating, "For me, it was always about protecting the sanctity of that golden statuette, because I felt I needed to show people that I can do more, I can do better." However, his rationale for choosing roles that fell short of expectations, such as the critically lambasted boat trip, remained unclear, leaving many puzzled by his choices. Despite his intentions, Gooding's career trajectory seemed to veer further away from the illustrious heights he once enjoyed. Box office duds. Not only did Cuba Gooding Jr. face criticism for the quality of his post-Oscar films, but many of them also struggled to find success at the box office. Despite his previous acclaim, Gooding found himself navigating through a challenging period in Hollywood, where his once promising career hit a prolonged slump. Reflecting on this period, Gooding candidly admitted to feeling sidelined in the industry, noting, "I was in the wilderness of Hollywood for almost 10 years. I was off the studio lists. I wasn't getting the roles offered to actors that hadn't done a third of the roles I had done or had the popularity I had." While some of his films like Norbit and Snow Dogs managed to recoup their budgets and even turn a modest profit, others fared far worse. Boat Trip, for instance, struggled to attract audiences and barely crossed the $15 million mark, falling short of its $20 million production budget. Similarly, Home on the Range became one of Disney's biggest financial disasters, failing to resonate with audiences despite the studio's high hopes. Moreover, Daddy Day Camp failed to replicate the success of its predecessor, Daddy Day Care, which had raked in a substantial $160 million at the box office. The sequel's lackluster performance, coupled with other disappointments like The Fighting Temptations, Chill Factor, and Instinct, tarnished Gooding's box office appeal. These films not only struggled to turn a profit, but also contributed to diminishing Gooding's star power in Hollywood, marking a significant downturn in his once thriving career. Direct-to-DVD, television films, and cameos. Following a string of critical and commercial setbacks, Cuba Gooding Jr. gradually receded from the spotlight, although he continued to secure work, primarily in the realm of direct-to-DVD films. From 2006 to 2013, Gooding's filmography was dominated by these straight-to-video productions, comprising mostly forgettable action thrillers and lackluster family-oriented movies. Among them were titles like Wrong Turn at Tahoe, a gritty crime film co-starring the once prominent Harvey Keitel, and 2007's The Land Before Time Thwane, The Wisdom of Friends, an animated installment in a long-running franchise. Despite this period of relative obscurity, Gooding eventually returned to mainstream cinema with projects like Red Tails, a war film depicting the exploits of the Tuskegee Airmen, and Machete Kills, an action-packed feature helmed by director Robert Rodriguez. Additionally, He secured supporting roles in acclaimed films such as Ava DuVernay's Selma in 2014 and Lee Daniels' star-studded historical drama The Butler in 2013. While these endeavors marked a departure from the direct-to-DVD circuit, they didn't quite herald a full-fledged comeback for Gooding. Moreover, Gooding ventured back into television, making guest appearances on popular shows like the Fox hip-hop drama Empire and the short-lived ABC series Forever. He also took on television movie roles, notably portraying neurosurgeon and presidential candidate Ben Carson in Gifted Hands. Although the latter earned him a nomination for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a miniseries TV movie at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, none of these television or film projects captured the same level of attention and acclaim as Gooding's earlier endeavors, directing debut. In 2018, Cuba Gooding Jr. ventured into the realm of filmmaking, trying his hand at directing with his debut feature, Bayou Caviar. Not only did Gooding direct the film, but he also contributed to the screenplay. Set in the murky world of organized crime, the movie follows the story of Rodney Jones, portrayed by Gooding himself, a retired boxer entangled in a dangerous web of Russian mobsters. Tasked with gathering sensitive information for a blackmail scheme targeting a real estate tycoon, Jones finds himself navigating treacherous waters. Alongside Gooding, the film boasted a talented cast including Famke Janssen as a photographer aiding Jones, and the esteemed Richard Dreyfuss portraying the main mobster. Despite the potential of its ensemble cast, Bayou Caviar failed to impress critics. Garnering only 5 reviews, the film earned a dismal 36 Metascore on Metacritic and a meager 20% rating from critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Additionally, its audience reception on the latter platform was equally lackluster. It's worth noting that Bayou Caviar stands as Gooding's sole directorial effort to date. Given the lukewarm reception and the subsequent allegations of misconduct that surfaced just a year after the film's release, it's understandable why Gooding has not returned to the director's chair since then. American Crime Story. There was a notable resurgence in Cuba Gooding Jr.'s career when acclaimed producer Ryan Murphy cast him in the first season of American Crime Story. The series delved into the infamous O.J. Simpson murder trial, a subject that captivated the nation during the 1990s. Gooding landed the pivotal role of O.J. Simpson, the central figure in the high-profile case. Portraying Simpson was a significant departure from Gooding's previous roles, yet it echoed the charisma and complexity he brought to his breakout character, Rod Tidwell, in Jerry Maguire. Reflecting on the parallels between the two roles, Gooding remarked, "I say this is my second stab at Rod Tidwell from Jerry Maguire, because both of these personalities are born from this thing that happens with athletes. One had a positive outcome, and this one had a negative one." The success of Gooding's performance, coupled with the critical acclaim for the series, earned him an Emmy nomination, further solidifying his return to the spotlight. Following his well-received portrayal of O.J. Simpson, Gooding collaborated with Ryan Murphy once again, this time in the 6th season of American Horror Story, titled Roanoke. In this installment, Gooding starred alongside Sarah Paulson as part of a married couple confronting terror in the eerie backdrop of rural North Carolina. While Roanoke didn't garner the same level of critical acclaim as American Crime Story, it still received positive reviews, contributing to Gooding's resurgence in Hollywood. However, amidst this career revitalization, Gooding found himself embroiled in controversy once more. During a 2017 event promoting American Horror Story, Gooding stirred controversy when he was captured on camera lifting up Sarah Paulson's skirt as she greeted actress Kathy Bates. The incident sparked backlash against Gooding, but he appeared unfazed by the criticism. Despite the brief return to prominence brought about by his collaborations with Ryan Murphy, Gooding's career trajectory remained tumultuous, marked by highs and lows, successes and setbacks. Brief Broadway stint. Following his television successes on both American Horror Story and American Crime Story, there was anticipation that Cuba Gooding Jr. would reclaim his status as a sought-after actor in the film and television industry. However, Gooding surprised many by diverging from screen roles and stepping onto the stage, a move that raised eyebrows in the entertainment world. While he had previously showcased his acting chops on Broadway in the well-received play The Trip to Bountiful in 2013, he had yet to venture into the realm of musical theater. In a somewhat unexpected turn of events, Gooding accepted a role in the London West End theater revival of the iconic musical Chicago, tackling the character of the slick and morally ambiguous defense lawyer Billy Flynn. Gooding's decision to delve into musical theater was driven not by financial motives or career strategy, but rather by a personal challenge. He expressed his desire to test himself in a new artistic medium, stating that his primary motivation was simply to see if he could successfully navigate the demands of a musical production. Reviews of Gooding's performance in Chicago varied, reflecting a mixed response from critics and audiences alike. While some publications, such as The Guardian, offered relatively positive assessments of both Gooding's portrayal of Billy Flynn and the overall production, others, like London Theatre, were more critical. They highlighted shortcomings in production quality and criticized what they perceived as a lack of innovation in the interpretation of the long-established show. Despite the mixed reception, Gooding's tenure as Billy Flynn was relatively short-lived. He concluded his run on September 1st of that year, subsequently being succeeded by Brian Kemp in the role. However, Gooding did return to portray Billy Flynn for 2 brief stints, reprising the character in both 2018 and 2019, current-day problems. In recent years, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s career has hit a significant roadblock due to the ongoing legal troubles and controversies surrounding him. As of 2021, his presence in notably film projects has dwindled considerably. One of the few films in which he starred was the 2020 romantic drama Life in a Year, alongside Jaden Smith and Cara Delevingne. The film, revolving around teenage lovers embracing life after a cancer diagnosis, boasted a promising cast that included Nia Long and RZA, and received backing from industry heavyweights Will and Jada Pinkett, Smith as executive producers. However, despite its potential, the film failed to make a lasting impact, marred by negative reviews and limited streaming distribution. Additionally, the involvement of another actor, Chris D'Elia, accused of sexual misconduct, further overshadowed its release, contributing to its swift descent into obscurity. Amidst the professional setbacks, Cuba Gooding Jr. continues to navigate his personal life amidst the public eye. Despite his legal battles and absence from the screen, reports from outlets like the Daily Mail indicate that the actor remains active in social scenes. Sightings of Gooding, partying in Los Angeles, hopping between bars, and engaging with fellow patrons serve as glimpses into his current lifestyle. A guilty plea. In early April 2022, an article by Variety, citing the Associated Press, brought to light a significant development in the legal saga surrounding Cuba Gooding Jr. According to reports, Gooding pleaded guilty to 1 count of forcible touching in connection with a criminal case stemming from an incident in 2018 where he was accused of groping a woman. As part of the plea agreement, Gooding is mandated to undergo an additional 6 months of alcohol and behavioral counseling, with the possibility of having the conviction reduced to a violation upon completion. Additionally, the article mentioned that each of the 3 survivors involved in the case would have the opportunity to present victim impact statements during the court proceedings. Assistant District Attorney Colleen Balbert expressed gratitude to the survivors and other witnesses who cooperated with the investigation, emphasizing the office's belief in and support of their accounts. While the plea deal permits Gooding to continue working in the entertainment industry, it represents only a partial resolution to the numerous accusations leveled against him. Consequently, the prospect of resuming his career may be overshadowed by the broader legal and reputational challenges he faces. Comeback? As the legal battles continue to loom over him, it appears unlikely that Cuba Gooding Jr. will experience a significant career resurgence anytime soon. With another lawsuit pending and a slew of other allegations still under investigation, the path to redemption seems increasingly arduous for the once prominent actor. In an industry where sexual misconduct allegations are taken with utmost seriousness, especially in the wake of the Me Too movement, major Hollywood studios are understandably wary of associating with someone as controversial as Gooding, particularly given the extensive list of accusers that has emerged. The prospect of a comeback for Gooding remains uncertain. While some may speculate about potential avenues for his return, such as through more direct-to-DVD films or another directing opportunity, the looming specter of pending court appearances is likely to dominate his immediate future, as legal proceedings unfold and the gravity of the allegations against him persists. Any plans for a comeback will likely remain on hold indefinitely. What are your thoughts on Cuba Gooding Jr.'s journey and the issues surrounding his career? Share your perspective in the comments below to let us know. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye.